Hi people, today we are going to look at British annexation of Natal by Mary Frances Zalwango at Trinity College in Abingo. Last time we looked at how the Republic of Natal was formed and the reasons why it was formed, and we also noted that in 1843 the British decided to annex Natal. So we are asking ourselves, why did the British annex Natal? Natal was annexed by the British in 1843 by the British, who incorporated into the Cape administration, so they made it part of the Cape Colony administration. One thing why the British never wanted annexed Natal, they never wanted the Boers to be independent. Much as the Boers had moved away from the Cape thinking they were going to be independent, by declaring their own republic, that meant that they wanted to be independent. But the British never wanted that to be. So that's why they had to annex Natal. And the fact that they regarded the Boers as their subjects, wherever they would go, they had to follow them. And that is why they formed the Natal Republic. And then they noted that as the Boers pushed into the interior, they were conflicting with the Africans. And so as a way of protecting these African societies, the British had to come in and take over Natal. And they did not want to encourage further Boer migration. They wanted them to be near them. To discourage further Boer migration, they decided to incorporate Natal into the Cape Colony administration. And they soon realized that the good climate and fertile soils in Natal would also benefit them. And the same reason why the Boers also decided to take over Natal. So the British wanted also to benefit from the good climate and fertile soils in Natal. Yet at the same time they had learned, there were rumors that Natal was rich in minerals, which the British also wanted to exploit. So they came up and took over Natal from the Boers. And then they noted that the same things they had stopped the Boers from doing at the Cape Colony, that is racial segregation. As the Boers pushed into the interior, they were doing the same things. So in order to stop this racial segregation and discrimination of the Africans by the Boers, the British decided to take over Natal from the Boers. And in addition, they realized that the Boers continued to mistreat and enslave Africans. So in order to stop all these vices, they decided to annex Natal to make it part of the Cape Colony administration. And then they believed that the Boers were vulnerable, so they wanted them to, they came up with the guys that they wanted to protect the Boers from the Africans, because in the many of the clashes with the Africans, the Boers sometimes would be defeated. So the British came under the guise of protecting the Africans, the Boers from the Africans. Yet at the same time, the British were imperialists. They believed that if they controlled Natal, they would use Natal to extend their imperialism in the interior, where Natal would be the base from where they could extend their influence to other parts of the interior. And then they wanted to protect the sea route to India. Remember, the British had interest in India, and the fact that the Boers wanted to have access to the sea, to the coast, to the sea, through Natal, to control the southeastern part of Africa. They believed that if the Boers were in Natal, they would hamper with their interest in the east, in India. So they had to control Natal. And then they believed that the Boers were bankrupt and could not financially manage a republic. And the only way they could come in under the guise of helping the Boers to manage the administration, they decided to annex Natal and make it part of the Cape Colony administration. And the British claimed that Natal had been given to them by Shaka the Zulu king. Remember, during the times of Shaka, Shaka had a very good relationship with the British, basically controlling the Delagoa Bay trade. And so with that good relationship Shaka had with the British, they said that Shaka had given them that area. So now by annexing it, they were reclaiming what was theirs. So this also explains why they had to take over Natal and annex it and make it part of the Cape Colony administration. And then there was a section of some British already in Durban. So they felt insecure by the existence of the Boers in Natal. Durban is almost, they are closer to Durban is closer to Natal. So the British in Durban were suspicious of the Boers in Natal. And so they called upon the administrators at the Cape to come over and take over Natal. And as it was, in May 1843, Captain Smith arrived in Natal and persuaded the Boers to accept British rule, basing on the above reasons. And when they refused, in August 1843, the British annexed Natal from the Boers. In conclusion, the reasons for British annexation of Natal were political, economic, and social. I'm going to leave you with an activity as that is, why did the British annex the Republic of Natal? Next, we shall be looking at the effects of the annexation of Natal on the people of Southern Africa. But then for today, for more information, visit the link below.